Today, I want to talk about this concept of conflicting desires. I see women dealing with this all the time. I see you doing it in the comments. I see my clients dealing with this, where they think that I really, 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 really want to start my own business, but I also want to get married. I really, really, really want to travel the world, but I really want kids. And this is quite interesting for me. And I want to be able to say, I get it, I can relate. But here's the thing, I was raised by immigrant parents, and my mother, who was just a savage ball of fire, she forgot to teach me that. Like, she never taught me that I had to choose. She didn't have those kind of limitations. So she didn't work in a paradigm of if I do this, then I can't have that. If I do that, then I can't have that. She just did the damn thing. And so I grew up not having those kind of like delusions or limitations in my mind. Like never did I ever think that if I had kids, I couldn't travel, or that if I got married, then I couldn't have a business, or if I had a business, then he wouldn't provide for me. Like those thoughts didn't enter my mind. And I think this is something that I really want to give to you as an activation and a transmission is that you are creating the limitation. For every single woman that's saying, she can't be successful in her business because she's single, there's another one that's married saying the same thing. Um, these are just weird delusions that we create and they hold us back because we're committed to that story and we look for evidence and proof that that story is true. We've now become more committed to living out that belief than actually doing what we want, actually manifesting our desires. So when women come to me and they say, "Well, how did you, create this eight-figure business while being married and having kids?" It's like, of course I did. Like it never occurred to me that those types of things were supposed to be limitation. I am the kind of person that says, if I'm single, then that's an asset. If I'm married, then that's an asset. If I have kids, then that's an asset. If I don't have kids, then that's an asset. Like whatever God has given me, I'm going to use that to make it in my favor. It's going to always work out in my favor, right? And then the thing with moms is we've been sold this lie that kids are hard. Whereas if you really think about it, the one thing we've been doing since even before we could call ourselves Homo sapiens, like the one job that we've always had is to be a mom. So that is the most DNA ingrained in us. That should come most effortlessly unless you have twisted beliefs around it. And I became a mom at 23, and I'll tell you, I used to waste so much time before that. I became so much more efficient after having my first child, and then even more after having my second child, and even more so after having my third child. Everything is just more fun with kids. I'm going to be honest with you. Everything's just 10x with kids. Everything is has more meaning, more purpose, more passion with kids. My kids are my drive. They're my reason for staying young and healthy. They're my reason for wanting legacy. Otherwise, what's the point? Like, I'll just live my life. What's the point of like building seven generations ahead because of my kids? Because of my kids. Why do I care about leaving this planet better than I found it? Because of my kids. Because my kids live here. So kids actually make everything better. And here's another thing. No 2 years are the same with children. Every year they're so different. So it doesn't make sense to be ingraining like stories in yourself that kids are hard when actually kids are so helpful. Kids like multiply your blessings. Kids help so much. Like my kids give me ideas for my business. They cheer me on. They they just make it all worth something. And so please let go of these stories that you might be having about your limitations because of kids. It just means that you're at the edge of your capacity right now. And so whatever you used to do before kids, you haven't learned how to do it after kids. So just because you're at the edge of your capacity, at the edge of your skill set, at the edge of your container, doesn't mean you can't grow past it. It doesn't mean that there's something wrong with you. It doesn't mean that there's something like that your kids ruined it. Like, do you want to subconsciously with unintentionally transfer this feeling of burden to your kids. Like the moms that say internally, they're like, oh, I'm gonna sacrifice my life for my kids. You think the kids can't feel that? You think your kids are not feeling like their mom is feeling like she sacrificed her own desires, her well-being, her own like wellness and flourishing on this planet for them? You don't think that that carries as I'm a burden in them? And I coach women of all ages, 40s, 50s, 60s, 70s, that are still carrying that burden from their childhood because they had a mom that sacrificed their life for them and they still carry that feeling like a burden inside of them. I want to give my children the experience of a mom that's lit up from within, that's happy, that's joyful, that's blessed, that fills her fulfills her desires, that has something in her life that she's created. Like why not give them that no, I didn't you didn't hold me back. You gave me wings. Like my kids are my Red Bull, honestly. They give me wings. They give me so much drive and so much passion. Why not transmute that to your kids? Let that be what you ingrain in them. Let that be the energy transference that you're giving instead of, oh, I can't have a business because dot, 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 or I can't do this because of dot, dot, dot. Why not show them that anything and everything is possible? Like, I want my daughter to have zero beliefs around how motherhood is going to hold her back. My daughter's excited about that phase of her journey because like it's so interesting. She's 11 and she's been saying she was like 2 that she like wants to be a mom. Right? I did not think that until way later. I think I just became a mom. Like I didn't even have that as a desire before it happened. But the fact that she's looking forward to it in her mind, there's no limitation. There's nothing that you can't do with kids. In fact, they're going to make you so much more passionate about the things that you're doing. Everything else is just a distortion that you've picked up from everyone around you because we didn't grow up believing that, meaning Homo sapiens. Like, this is not. Like suddenly all women in our generation hate motherhood or find it hard. Like, you don't think that's suspicious? Like when I talked about the other day that a lot of corporations in the Western culture, they thrive on women not getting married and not having kids because single women that don't have kids, single women, unmarried women without kids make the cheapest labor because they're willing to work more. They're willing to like stay after everyone else leaves. They don't have maternity leave. They don't need to have boundaries around their time and energy. So you can like pay them less and they will work more and more and more. Versus moms and married women are forced to have boundaries because, yeah, their kids and their husband are waiting at home. And so they've kept, this lie around about how, they sold us this independence thing. It's a booby trap. Self-made is a booby trap. Independence is a booby trap, right? Independence is intra-dependence, like being able to hold your own in a tribe, hold your own in a marriage, hold your own as a parent. That's what independence means, not isolating yourself so you can be cheap labor and making your kids feel like burden. No. And here's the thing. If you want kids and you don't have any yet, and you're looking around at everyone that's saying kids are miserable, girl, they're addicted to suffering. You're not going to be miserable with kids because you're over here doing inner work. You're over here consuming personal development content from women that can see beyond the matrix of like, yeah, you were miserable before kids, and now you're going to use your husband and kids as the addiction to suffering so you can continue doing it. We know plenty of people like that. That's most of the world. So don't make the most important decisions of your life, marriage and motherhood, based on other people's suffering. Like, think about it. Everyone that you know in your life that's miserable with kids, I bet they were miserable without them too. Because happy people, like people that are genuinely happy and joyful, people that are positive, they always return to their baseline of happiness and joy. This is like scientifically proven, by the way. Like that no matter what extreme happens in their life, they always return to their same base level. So, was my pregnancy easy? No, I had a lot of health challenges during my pregnancies. They weren't easy. In with my second son, I also had a lot of like postpartum stuff. My mom had just passed away. Was that easy? No. But did I eventually return to my baseline of happiness? Yes. In fact, my children encouraged me to change my baseline of happiness. So if someone was miserable before they had kids, they're going to continue being miserable after they have kids. If someone was miserable before they got married, they're going to continue being miserable after they get married. That's their baseline. That has nothing to do with marriage or having kids. My marriage, my children, my even my business has encouraged me to continuously play on the edge and keep changing my energetic set point, what I call container work. It's continuously pushed me beyond, okay, let's push the next level. Can I hold this pose longer? Can I be even more happy or more joyful? And this doesn't mean I'm spiritually bypassing. Like I teach you all the hard, nitty gritty shadow, like going into the depths work, transforming it, transmuting it, alchemizing it, not living in it, not marinating in it, not getting addicted to it. How does that help anyone? How does that even raise the frequency of the entire planet? So don't make the most vital, important, like come alive decisions of your life based on other people's suffering. That has nothing to do with you because you're always going to be up and up. You're always going to get better. You're always going to push beyond your limit. You're always going to play on the edge of aliveness. You know what doesn't make you feel alive? Living in safety. Living in safety, playing small. The most dangerous thing you can do with your life is live a safe life. You're gonna feel dead inside. I do scary, fearful things. I play on the edge. I expand my container continuously, whether it's through marriage or motherhood or romance or business or the next level, whatever the thing is. It makes me feel so alive. Is it hard at times? Yes. But that's what makes me feel alive, doing hard things. Doing hard things and getting better and better and better and better and better at them and letting them be easy. That's what makes me feel my most alive. So are we optimizing for I feel dead inside, but at least I'm safe? Are we optimizing for, oh my God, I can't believe this is my life? And it keeps getting better and better and better. So if you've had any of these thoughts, if you've had any of these doubts about your desires, girl, you need to join me live in Desires, Dollars, and Divine Union, where I'm alchemizing and transmuting all of these weird distortions that we have picked up from the grids and addictions to suffering of those around us. And if you sign up today, it's $222, and there is a class already in there called Shameless, the Naughty Girl Unleashed, worth 1,111. And we have three, actually four. I haven't announced this yet, so this is the first time. We have four more live trainings coming, each worth 1,111. So this container, Desires, Dollars, and Divine Union, has these fire trainings. I'm also doing a decade in a day and $10,000 a day framework. Like I'm just bringing it as if this was a $10,000 mastermind. And the value of the five trainings in there is going to be, after it's done, it's going to be live on the 15, 16, and 17, will be 5,555, and it's 222 right now. And girl, whatever distortions you have in your mind around your desires, we are going to alchemize in there. Your identity will completely shift around what you get to have. And we're going to be focusing on the 5 P's, which is my exclusive pleasure-based framework. And it's prosperity, pleasure, play, provision, and polarity. So, if you are interested in completely transmuting your identity when it comes to your desires, when it comes to transmuting shame, when it comes to calling in the dollars and the divine union with provision, without losing anything, with no sacrifices, I'll leave the link in the description box for you. And I would love to have you in there. 2,000 women have already said yes to this fiery live stream. And so, right now, if you join, if you go click on the link and you sign up, You're gonna get an welcome email, and all you have to do is log into the portal. And there's 3.5 hours of trainings already in there called Shameless, where my husband and I will walk you through this really deep activation to transmute guilt and shame and release it once and for all. Just go read the sales page, the testimonials. Like you'll see how fire that is. And then you will join us live on 15, 16, and 17 for the main three trainings. And then there's also going to be an after party. And I haven't announced the date for that yet, but you'll get an email from us about that. So I would love to have you in there. And thank you so much. Let me know your key takeaway in the chat, in the comment, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.